Hello awesome people of the universe and welcome to another episode of Outspeak the Speaker. Today we're diving into the heart of public speaking, of crafting your speech and creating something that is truly awesome, where you can speak with confidence and know that your message is hitting the hearts, hitting the minds of those that you are speaking to. This is week 2. Last week we discovered that we're more ready than we think we are to be telling our stories. And so maybe you've got that speech coming up, maybe it is tomorrow. So how do we start that speech? How do we maintain that energy and maintain focus on the speech and from our audience? And finally, how do we wrap it up in a way that people stand up and go, that was the best speech I've heard. So let's unravel those secrets, just as my speaking coach did with me when I was on this very path. Segment 1, starting your speech. Beginning a speech is like laying a foundation for a grand building to be built on. Your opening sets the stage, builds the scene for everything that will follow. So first and foremost, we must answer a question for an audience. Why do we have the authority to stand there speaking to them?
You might weave in your vision, your mission, your desired outcomes.
Share your achievements, your story, or even a compelling video that inspires and encourages and delights your audience to step in to what you are speaking about. Remember that your audience might not even know why they are there. And lastly, when it comes to building the start of our speech, give them a taste of what they are going to expect during your speech.
Cam, what gave you the idea that you're like, do you know what, I'm going to climb Mount Kilimanjaro?
Well, just so many people were going up Mount Eden.
Make a promise of what they are going to gain from you. Engage with curiosity and enthusiasm right from the beginning. Segment number 2. When it comes to crafting your memorable speech, storytelling is going to be your most potent weapon. You know, people say that actions speak louder than words. But small words, something we all have the ability to share, they inspire big action. It's all about connecting with our audience. So let me introduce to you how I arrange the components of my speech. And I've always been inspired by musicians, because a musician can tell a song in 3 to 4 minutes. You can hear that song once, and the next time you hear it, you're singing along to it. Now, it would be weird if people started speaking along to our speeches, but in terms of impact, this is the kind of memorability we want to have. To compose my speech, I look for a set of stories that I am going to include. Firstly, there's the signature story, the story that people know you for, but if you don't share that, chances are people are going to come up and go, hey, we love what you said, but why didn't you say that story? And often a great signature story can be when you think about who you are today, and then what is one of your earliest memories of doing that? What did you learn from that? And often when we look back on those older stories, we get humor, we get engagement, we get delighting, we get enlightenment, we get all these things that really create a memorable story. So along with the signature story, there's the hero story, something or someone to celebrate that can often serve as a source of inspiration or admiration. There's the quote, which is all about merging the familiar. Now imagine speaking to someone who's never heard you, who doesn't know what you're speaking about, it could all be quite overwhelming. But as soon as you bring in something familiar like, I have a dream, it always seems impossible until it's done. These are familiar things, and now the audience is feeling an even more awesome sense of connection with us. And then there's the old yeller. You know, the stories that are all tried, tested and true, the stories that hit the heart here, that really get that emotion going, that feeling, that bring your audience in to take in every word that you are saying. And then there's always the joker, the one that gets people laughing, that gets them smiling, that gets their cheeks hurting because they're laughing so much. And there's always the interaction. How do I make sure that I'm speaking to the person that listens for the ears, the person that listens for the eyes, or what they're feeling in the room? And there are many, 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 many more stories that you will name, not just as a way of memorizing them, but as a way of ensuring balance in your speech. You're able to look at it and go, have I got too many old yellers? Have I got too many heroes? Have I got not enough humor? Have I got no interaction? Then it becomes a great way of ensuring you've got a well-balanced speech.
Segment number 3, keeping the audience engaged.
As we approach the conclusion of our speech, it is essential that the audience has a clear call to action, that they know what they can do and what actions they can take after hearing our speech. However, my personal favourite is to close with a powerful story. It should encapsulate your main message or action that you want the audience to take. Stories are emotional and move people like nothing else. I've got a story for you about the humble bumblebee. Do you know that scientifically it is impossible for the bumblebee to fly? Its body is too big, its wings are too small, and when it comes to the aerodynamics of a bumblebee, well, it's built more like a school bus than it is an airplane. But you know what else a bumblebee cannot do? Is it cannot read, and therefore it does not know that it cannot fly, and it flies anyway. What could you achieve if you didn't know what you cannot do? And so, my friends, as you embark on your public speaking journey, remember the importance of a compelling opening, engaging stories, and a memorable conclusion. Start strong, keep your audience captivated, and finish even stronger. Craft your stories, name them, and ensure the right balance. And when you reach the end, close with a story that touches the heart and stirs the soul. Thank you so much for joining us today. Until next time, keep speaking, keep sharing, keep inspiring to outspeak the speaker.